welcome back to Premier League Dad. How are we all doing? My name is Key. We are live for Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City. We've just watched an absolutely fantastic second half. Probably that game that we've just seen, Newport County against Bristol Rovers, sorry. That's basically the definition of a game of two halves as far as I'm concerned. 0-0 at half-time, barely a shot on target. It was absolutely awful, to be honest. Second half finishes 3-2. Could have been 3-3 in the end. Could have been 4-3. Could have been amazing. It was a really, really good game either way. Lots of goals in the second half. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Bristol Rovers thoroughly deserved winners in the end. Newport County maybe could count themselves a little bit unlucky not to get the point in the end. But I thought it was a deserved 3 points for the Gas, for the Pirates away at Rodney Parade. And a really, really good, good game to watch anyway. Good one for the neutral like me. Kieran, how's it going, Kieran Caroline? What's up? I'm good, man. Thank you. How are you? Good to see you. We're watching a bit of Doncaster against Bradford. That's kicking off in 9 minutes' time at the Eco Power Stadium in a little Yorkshire derby. Well, not so little. I don't want to sound patronising. It's not a little Yorkshire derby, is it? Yeah, they're all live on Sky Sports today. So if you want to watch any League One or League Two game, they're all live on Sky Sports. If you wanted to watch any National League game, there's plenty of good National League games on DAZN, all kicking off at 3 o'clock. I was going to watch one of those National League games, to be honest. We've got Altrincham and Gateshead and various other ones kicking off shortly. So, yeah, if you're going to be watching any of those National League games, then DAZN is the place to do that. But Doncaster and Bradford about to get underway. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Let me know your predictions. Let me know what you're thinking. I think it's going to be a really good game. Gateshead mentioned finally. The most anti-Gateshead channel. LG, how's it going? Liam, I stopped watching when it was half time. I should have stayed and watched. It was incredible. Honestly, yeah, it was really good. Joe, apparently Joe Gomez was on the verge of signing for Brighton. Couldn't have seen him signing for Brighton. He's too good to sign for Brighton. I genuinely think Joe Gomez is like, it's one of the biggest disasters going that Joe Gomez isn't in the England squad. I think he's fantastic. Kieran, I'm going to bring my girlfriend to the pub to watch Ireland tonight, but she doesn't like football, so I hope I don't get dumped. Are Ireland playing tonight? I thought Ireland was... Oh, is Ireland-Hungary tonight? Yeah, Ireland-Hungary. I was going to do that game. You won't get dumped, mate. Listen, if you take her to the pub, just make sure make sure you look after her, treat her nice and all that sort of thing. Don't be too invested in the football. Maybe sort of... Do you know what a good tactic is? If the telly's over this way, just get her sat like right there. Right? Get her sat in front of you, so you can always just eye contact, but you can always just... You've always got one eye just over the shoulder. You can watch the game, but you're not going to be rude. You're going to keep the conversation. Old tactic. Joe, injuries though, mate. Injuries. He's hardly played regular football for ages. I know, but in part, that's because of the team that's in front of him. But he's a proper player. Like, when he plays football... I think when he's fit, Joe Gomez is up there with the best English centre-halves going. Like... I wouldn't say... he's any worse of a centre-half than Mark Gay, to be honest. I genuinely do. I think he's fantastic. When he plays, he's brilliant. Okay, I'll put the Bradford team and the Donny team in. So it is Normal guy, how's it going, normal guy? Good to see you. Ronnie Dodge, if I was Ruben, I'd probably start Lemons in the goal for the derby. I agree. I think you've got to start him in the derby. I don't really see how he's got any other option, to be honest. Who else could he put in? I mean, if he puts Bayinde or Onana in, he's just making a rod for his own back. Because all anyone is going to do is blame him. If they suddenly decide they're not going to... let's say they throw one in. If Onana or Bayinde throw one in off a corner or whatever, everyone, all the fans are going to point at the manager and go, mate, how have you put them back in the team? How have you done that when you know how bad they are and you've just paid all this money for the young goalkeeper? Like, give him a chance. Whereas I feel like if they put him in, if they put Lamens in and he makes a mistake, then it won't be the end of the world, will it? They'll be like, fine, yeah, happens. Happens, he's a young kid. Well, Ronnie, exactly. It's like with Mount being injury prone, he has to start Sesko as well, yeah. Right, well, we've got all of the other 3 o'clock games. I'll let you know what the scores are in all of them as the goals go in. Wickham, Mansfield, Rotherham, Exeter, Port Vale, Leyton Orient, Plymouth, Stockport, Lincoln, Wigan, Huddersfield, Peterborough, Doncaster, Bradford, Bolton, Wimbledon. Those are your League 1 fixtures. In League 2, we've already seen Newport lose at home to Bristol Rovers, but we've got Barnet against Shrewsbury, Barrow against Swindon, Cambridge against Oldham, Cheltenham, Accrington, Colchester Crew, Harrogate, Crawley, MK Dons, Grimsby, Notts County, Fleetwood, Salford, Tranmere, Walsall, Chesterfield, and then tonight's game at 5:30, while the England game is on, it's the 2 unbeaten sides in League 2, Bromley against Gillingham. Kieran, can you see Ireland getting second in the World Cup qualifiers? If I'm dead honest, mate, you've got an outside chance, of course. When I looked at the league, let's have a look at the league table again. You've got an outside chance, but I think Hungary are the better side. I think Portugal, you'd have to say Portugal are the more likely to pinch top spots. So then it's a straight shot between you and Hungary, because Armenia aren't going to take it. So I just feel like tonight's game is really, really crucial for Ireland, isn't it? Taylor H says, no, Chalobah in the England squad is criminal. Not really. Chalobah's shocking. Chalobah is shocking. Clarkey, Harry Maguire's better than Joe Gomez. I don't disagree that Harry Maguire's a good defender, but he's not better than Joe Gomez when he's fit. But I think he's probably better than Chalobah. Ronnie, watch England make hard work of that Andorra game later. That's true enough. Joe, I think him going somewhere else that isn't on the level of Liverpool and slightly lower would be good for him. I agree. LG, Northern Ireland won't get first or second, but Northern Ireland could get second if Germany lose tomorrow. Bluey, can Liverpool go back to back? Yes, of course they can. I would imagine they will. DC6, will you be doing Northern Ireland versus Germany tomorrow? Yes, I am going to do that one. I'm looking forward to that one. Stephen King, Key, if Doncaster play the same as they played Borough, they won't be in that league from a Borough fan. Well, I'm hoping that we get a result here today. I've backed Bradford to win, or at least Bradford. I've got Bradford win or draw here. So I'm hoping that the Bantams pull this one through. Kieran, if we get 6 out of 6 this camp, we're halfway to USA. It's not just USA, remember. It's USA, Canada, and Mexico. It's a full North American World Cup. Taylor H scored a goal, just what I think. No, I was going to say, I think there's a lot of better centre-backs out there than Chalobah. I think Chalobah's one of them that's never, ever going to be in the England squad, really, unless there's a major injury crisis. And that's why Chelsea aren't going to win the title. They're not going to, as long as they've got Chalobah playing starting regular games for them. It's just never ever going to be. They're never going to compete for the title seriously. I think I need to make that Bradford blue a little bit lighter, don't I, really? It's definitely a little bit lighter than that. There you go. LG, I realised Northern Ireland are first all my days. That was so stupid to put that. He's not on about Northern Ireland, mate. He's on about Republic of Ireland. Cheltenham 1, Accrington 0. Oh, that's a bad start immediately for my bet. I had Accrington or draw in that one. Oh, that's not a good start. Taylor, he should be in there. I love Chalobah. I'll back him. He's a Cobham boy. That's fair enough. Got to back your own. Okay, long ball for... Why have I not started the clock? Why has it not started the clock? Come on, Key. Sort yourself out. Absolutely shocking. Right, we're off and underway. Doncaster have already had a couple of chances to get forward. No shots or anything, but a couple of chances to kind of break into the Bradford final third. And they've got a throw-in on the right-hand side. It's a very empty Eco Power Stadium in Doncaster, it has to be said. Very empty. Long ball in. And Bradford just about get it booted away. Barrow 0, Swindon 1. There you go. That's a good scoreline for me. I definitely had Barrow and Swindon. That's a great start. Taylor, how about this, Key? Chalobah and Joe Gomez, 2 at the back. Is that fair? Well, I mean, Tuchel's never going to play 2 at the back. But I'd quite happily take that, yeah. If that was the centre-back arrangement, why not? Here's Bradford coming forward. Clarkey, Doncaster is in Manchester. No, it's not, mate. It's in Yorkshire. It's in South Yorkshire, actually, Doncaster. It's quite a way away from Manchester. I wouldn't like to walk it, put it that way. If you was walking from Manchester to Doncaster, you'd be going some way. It's actually a nice place, Doncaster, to be honest. Depending on whereabouts you go. There's some nice places. Vietnamese Toast says, I'm watching live from Doncaster. Nice. Good to have you on the channel, mate. Really appreciate it. Be interesting to see how Donny do today. We've already had a Middlesbrough fan writing you off. I assume you're a Doncaster fan. Chance! Oh, just under the crossbar. It's cleared away, and I think the refs give a free kick there. Yeah, we've had a Borough fan already writing off Doncaster after the old performance against Middlesbrough. But you've not had a terrible start to the season, it has to be said. I mean, I personally thought that Bradford would be good for a point today. I've backed Bradford or draw in this one. I just think the step up from League 2 is going to be a little bit too big for Doncaster to kind of maintain a promotion push again. I think if you got mid-table this season, it'd be a result. And you know, McCann's doing a good job, but just be interesting to see exactly how today goes, because Bradford again also came up. But I just feel like Bradford have taken to the league a little bit better. They've made some good additions as well. Kept hold of some players that I thought they might lose. Mason, Jason, Aviation, come on Cheltenham, got Accrington. I've backed Accrington or draw there. Taylor says, Key, how many English players do you have in the Liverpool teams? I saw this video earlier that you have no apart from Jones and Gomez. Yeah, we don't now. Obviously, you've got to remember we've sold quite a few. We sold Kwanzaa, who was in the England squad. So he's left. We sold Harvey Elliott, who was in the England squad. Doncaster have scored. What a header that is. Oh, it's a horrific start here at the Eco Power Stadium. Oh, and Donny with an absolutely fantastic header. What a score. What a score. What a score. What a run and finish to score for Doncaster. That was absolutely sensational down the right-hand side. Who is it who gets his head on this? Molineux it is from midfield. Absolutely unbelievable, that. That's a great ball in from the right-hand side. And the number 7, Molineux, just ghosting in. Like a midfielder. That was like Frank Lampard in his prime. Ghosting in, header. Back where it came from. And it's 1-0 to Donny. There you go. What a start. Come on, Bradford. I need Bradford to pull the finger out here. Mason Jason Aviation. Well, we got our 1 point against Salford last weekend. LG, don't forget Rio, Engamoa. Port Vale 1, Leyton Orient 0. Oh, I've got Leyton Orient in that one. It's all going wrong. Stephen King, Doncaster form, put 3 past Liverpool. Kieran, I won 200 quid for 15 on Poland and Netherlands match. Wow, well done. Vietnamese, okay, maybe it's Donny. It was, yeah, it was a great goal. Bradford gonna have to pull the finger out here. It's not a particularly full stadium, it has to be said. It's quite sparsely. Yeah, there's red seats all over the place here. It's gonna be a corner to Bradford. LG says I put Doncaster to win. I wish I had at this point. Stephen, if you got bet on Bradford, I have, yeah, I've backed Bradford or draw in this one, mate. I thought they'd be good for a point. But to be honest, there's a couple of games that aren't going my way at the minute. I had Accrington to get a draw or a win away at Cheltenham. They're losing. I had Leyton Orient draw or win away at Port Vale. They're losing. And I had Bradford or draw here. They're losing. So there's a few goals that have gone against me in the opening 5-10 minutes here. Not good. LG, I wasn't sure on Bradford, but I saw Doncaster in the cup. They look decent. Bradford have been sensational all this season. I just feel like this is a could go either way type of game, but I thought Bradford would be good for that point at least. Seemed like good odds as well. LG, your luck isn't very good. Oh, don't say that. My luck's incredible. I am an incredibly lucky person generally, but I've had some decent wins recently. I've done all right. It's kept me going. Mason, Jason, Aviation, Hutchinson again, ole, ole. Is that who scored for Cheltenham? LG, do you do FPL? I do, yes, yeah. I don't really play it, like, intensely, properly. MK Dons, Nil Grimsby 1. I'm the sort of person, mate, who picks me team, gets all excited, and then just kind of leaves it for the season. I get a bit bored of it. Bradford, oh, unlucky. Lincoln 0, Wigan 1. There you go. That's one that I have got. That's good. I've got Wigan to win away at Lincoln. Paul Mullin as well. Vietnamese toast. Even if you're not a footy fan, can't help but be interested living this close to the stadium. That's true, yeah. I think if you live close to any football stadium, it's hard not to get invested in it. Stephen King, Kee, Donny, bet on in that league promotion. Bet on them to be promoted, you mean? I don't know. We'll see. Here's Bradford down the right-hand side. They've got a lot of pace, Bradford, especially in the full-back and wing-back areas. Graham Alexander usually lets them play with a lot of freedom. So I was hoping that we would see a little bit more of that. Oh, unlucky. Ball in the box. Get in there, it's 1-1. There you go, have a bit of that. Keeper's had an absolute shocker. It has to be said, but it's 1-1. Great goal. Played down the left-hand side. Ball into the box. The keeper goes down. And it's really poor, actually. It's a really, really poor goal to concede from Doncaster's point of view. Leighton Orient have equalised at Port Vale. Yes. Who is it who actually scores this, by the way? It's the keeper's had a shocker. Let's make no bones about it. Lo Tutala, the goalkeeper for Doncaster. Timothée Lo Tutala, the young French goalkeeper who is currently on loan from Hull. Yeah, he's currently on loan from Hull. He couldn't quite keep hold of the ball. And Will Swan, who's had a fantastic start to his Bradford career. That's 4 goals in 6 games for him since he moved from Crawley. Really, really good start to his Bradford City career. And there you go. Doncaster 1, Bradford City 1. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 1, sorry. But yeah, this is big. This is exciting. Come on. Let's have Bristol. I keep saying Bristol because we've just been watching Bristol Rovers. Great win for Bristol Rovers against Newport County. Bradford, I mean. Doncaster 1, Bradford 1. Apologies, Bantams fans. But yeah, when we watched, that's probably one of the best games that I've done this season, Bradford, when we did Bradford at home to Wickham. First game of the season, we watched it on this channel. And Neufville and Torre were absolutely fantastic bombing down the flanks for Bradford. And it was really, really good play. Oh, that's a foul. Come on, ref. That's a foul. Wickham 1, Mansfield 0. That's another bad goal for me. I desperately need Mansfield or a draw there. Everything's going wrong. All the goals that are going in just aren't going for me. Sarcevic, the striker's having a bit of an argument with the referee. Muller Jim, Ireland v Hungary tonight. Yeah, we've just been talking to Kieran here on the channel. He's going the pub to watch Ireland v Hungary, and we was talking about whether or not Ireland might be able to get second place in that group. Portugal, Hungary, Ireland and Armenia, the 4 teams in it. So Ireland need second place to get into that World Cup. And I don't think they're going to make it, if I'm really honest. Barnet 1, Shrewsbury 0. There you go. That's a good goal for me. I've got Barnet to win there. Let me know in the chat what your predictions are. Let me know your thoughts on this one. I'm live right now on TikTok, on X, on Twitch, on Instagram, everywhere right now. Plus, obviously, YouTube as well. But if you are new, please do give us a like and a subscribe. I'm live every day watching football. That's what we do on this channel. We're watching England v Andorra tonight. We've already watched Newport against Bristol Rovers. Doncaster and Bradford City, of course. And we generally do a lot of the Premier League games. Plus, obviously, Championship, National League, League 1, League 2, La Liga, Bundesliga. We've done every one of them, to be honest. We've done the Latvian League, the Finnish League. You will not find another channel that covers as many leagues as we do. Stephen King, Ireland, if they are second, it's behind Slovakia first. No, they're in a group with Portugal, Armenia and Hungary, mate. Barnet won, Shrewsbury won. Yeah, Ireland are in Group F, Stephen. They're not with Slovakia. Portugal, Armenia, Hungary, and Ireland. LG, are you watching Senegal v Congo when it's on? When is Senegal v Congo? It's a good point. We watched Senegal last night v Sudan. When is Senegal v Congo? 5 o'clock on... Is it Tuesday? 5 o'clock Tuesday? We could do, couldn't we? Yeah, that could be a good game to watch. Maybe we watch Senegal v Congo and then we do Serbia v England. That could work. Yeah, maybe we do that. Okay, I can deal with that. If everyone's happy with that. Congo v Senegal. And Serbia, England. There you go. There's Tuesday's games. We'll see. But yeah, up to now, that kind of makes sense. I'm happy with that. Be yourself, Dylan. What scores? Currently, it's Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 1. Dylan got a nice cold strawberry milkshake and some cookies. Oh, lovely. Not really my thing, strawberry milkshake, I've got to say. I think if I'm having a milkshake, it's vanilla. Boring like me. Stephen King thought they were in the same group. No, mate, no. Ireland are in with Hungary, Portugal and Armenia. Okay, long throw here from Bradford City. Opportunity to get the ball in the box. Got nice cold strawberry milkshake and some cookies. Okay, well, it's going to be a goal kick to Doncaster here. Graham Alexander's not looking particularly happy with what he's seeing from his team, though. It's got to be said, even though they've gone a goal down, they've got back into it. Asterix, hi buddy, what are we watching? We are currently watching Doncaster Rovers against Bradford City in League 1. It's 1-1 currently, 20 minutes in. Donny took the lead and Bradford have just equalised about 5 minutes ago. So it's looking like a good game, and Doncaster very nearly in there again. One, two, four. What minute you on? 21. 20. Yeah, 20, 32, 33, 34. Afternoon, Key. Just got home from boring shopping with the girlfriend. Did you get anything nice? Dylan, someone from Temu reached out to me, but I heard Temu is huge, but not good products. I guess it depends on what they're after. Doncaster are in here. Big chance. It's 2-1. What a goal. Great goal. Fabulous finish. And again, it's too easy, to be honest. Bradford City just cut apart, and it's 2-1. Rovers absolutely shocking this down the left-hand side. First goal came from the right, but it's Gibson this time. Molyneux with the header in the first one. And, yeah, Gibson on the left-hand side just picks the ball up. Everyone just backs off him. It's really poor defensive work from Bradford City. It's an individual error, to be honest. It is an individual error. But Gibson breaks into the box and then left-footed, low and hard, into the bottom corner. 2-1 to Donny. Shocking defending, it has to be said, from Bradford as well. But the number 11, Gibson, has scored. And Doncaster Rovers are in front. Who was it who made the mistake for Bradford? I think it was Wright, wasn't it? Yeah, Joe Wright. Joe Wright makes the mistake. And Gibson pounced on it. 2-1 Doncaster Rovers. 22 minutes in. We've already had 3 goals in this. I told you this was going to be a good game. I knew we'd get goals in this one. I think there's more goals to come as well, for what it's worth. I think we've had a goal at Cambridge. We've had a goal at Abbey Stadium. And it's Michael Mellon has scored for Oldham away at Cambridge. And Plymouth have scored against Stockport. Oh my God. Oh no. Just when I thought it was starting to look better, it's all falling apart. Plymouth 1, Stockport 0. Ugh. I would have backed me house on Stockport to get at least a point there today. Still time, but hey, we'll see. It feels like bloody hay fever and everything today. MK Dons 0, Grimsby 2. Man United's conquerors are looking good up in Milton Keynes. But it's Wotton with the own goal. The big centre-forward's come back and scored an own goal for Stockport against Plymouth. Dave Challoner's not going to be happy down there. Alex Isak never came on last night. No, he didn't. He stayed on the bench. Dylan, Accrington losing again. My grandfather's team. Yeah, Accrington losing away at Cheltenham. It's not been a good performance at all from the teams that we expected, if I'm honest. I thought Bradford City had get a point here. I thought we'd see Stockport get a point at Plymouth. I thought we'd see Mansfield get a point at Wickham. Cambridge get a point against Oldham. Accrington get a point at Cheltenham. There's about 6 or 7 games all going against me at the minute. Vietnamese Toast, MK Dons is Donny as well, right? No, MK Dons is a completely different team, based a long, long way away. Doncaster Rovers is Donny. MK Dons is Milton Keynes Dons, based in Milton Keynes. And they were only created about 25 years ago, there or thereabouts. Taylor H says, my game is a snooze fest. How's Tranmere? Tranmere are 0-0 with Salford at the moment. Be yourself, Dylan. Bradford haven't lost this season yet. No, I feel like that was probably something I should have taken into account coming into this one, because it was always likely to be the game where they threw it away. Be yourself, Dylan. Someone from Temu reached out to me about I heard Temu is huge but not good products. It's not necessarily they're not good products, it's just that they're kind of mass produced from China and stuff like that, so it's, you know, it's not always the best stuff, but some people like it. Some people get good stuff from Temu. So yeah, I guess you have to take it all with a pinch of salt. Saints got battered by Wigan. They did, yeah. They did. Taylor H. Serbia's been the better team, but it's expected considering the FIFA rankings. That's true. Very, very true. Stephen, Plymouth got bottom midfielder. Probably why they're winning. Who've they got? It's going to be a corner to Doncaster Rovers, this one. Messi won't be at the World Cup, but will Ronaldo? We don't know if Messi won't be at the World Cup, do we yet? He said that due to his age, he probably won't be, but that doesn't mean that he won't be. He might well be. We don't know yet. Still time, I think, for Messi. I think he does make an appearance at the World Cup, yeah. And I definitely think Ronaldo is. I'd be astonished if Ronaldo doesn't. Taylor, no quality in this Latvian team. Doncaster Rovers, chance. It's all Donny here. It is all Donny. It's starting to get away from Bradford this game, to be honest. If they're not careful, they might end up falling apart. SFDN2, who's playing better, mate? At this moment in time, it's Doncaster. Yeah, Bradford did well to get back in it, but they've been shell-shocked by that second goal. Feels like Bradford might need half-time, to be honest, because Doncaster are more likely to add a third than Bradford are to equalise. Gibson looks good. Honestly, I think Donny have played really, really well. Got to give them credit. Bradford have been very poor defensively, and they've just given it away again there. Again, it's all really, really sloppy from Bradford in the middle of the park. MK Dons 0, Grimsby 3. Taylor H says Petrovic hasn't had to do anything so far in this one. Doncaster Rovers are having a shot from the halfway line there. Bolton 1, Wimbledon 0. Burstow's just scored. SF, Joe Wright mistake. Yep. Joe Wright with the mistake. It was one of them, mate. It was a long ball, a high ball, and it was coming down to him. And instead of just kind of heading it away or volleying it clear or whatever, he tried to take it down and he tried to control it. He took a really heavy touch. It bounced out to Gibson, and then it was almost like a 50-50 ball. Him and Gibson are running for it because he's took a heavy touch. Gibson wins it. Gibson breaks clear and then just drilled it into the bottom corner. Samuel Mark Ingram, have you ever been to a non-league match? I've been to lots of non-league matches, yeah. I went to Altrincham against... who was the last one I went to? Altrincham against... Who was it? I went to Moss Lane. I've been to Moss Lane loads of times watching Altrincham. But I've been to a few, but the last one was probably Altrincham against... I can't remember, it's not that long ago as well. Stephen King, Plymouth got bottom midfielder. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Clarkey 2-1 Shrewsbury, and Plymouth are winning. Always have belief. I know, man. I'm gutted. I really, really need Stockport to get back in it. SFDN2 ex-Donny player Joe Wright. Good on him. Well, I've got Bradford or draw here, mate. I am hoping that Bradford get a point, or at least I was expecting Bradford to get a point. I've got no horse in the race. I'm actually a Liverpool fan, but I thought coming into this one, Bradford were just marginally the better team, and I thought Bradford might be able to pinch a point, and the odds were really good, but it's not been the start I was hoping for. Donny looked by far the better team. Reece, that Newport game ended phenomenally. Yep, it did. Lincoln won, Wigan won as well. There you go. That one's just starting to kick off. The Imps getting back in it against Wigan. Looks like Andre Onana is going on loan to Trabzonspor. Is it actually? To be honest, I did think it was going to be a tough game, but hopefully we get 3 points. LG, Doncaster still in the Carabao. I don't know, actually. Are they still in the Carabao? Oh, you got Spurs. Oh yeah, you beat Borough and then you beat Accrington, didn't you, as well? And obviously you won in the EFL trophy the other day. Stephen King says same Key, no horse in the race, but Donny all day. Samuel Mark Ingram says Andre Onana is the worst ever Manchester United goalkeeper apart from Mark Bosnich. Oh, I don't know. Taibbi was up there. Taibbi was bad. Been a few bad United goalkeepers. I mean, Onana is up there, but yeah, there's been some bad ones. Rob Green wasn't great. Not Rob Green. I'm saying Rob Green. Roy Carroll. Rob Green. For some reason, I thought Rob Green. No, Rob Green never played for United. Roy Carroll. Fool. Yeah, Roy Carroll was terrible. I think Tim Howard should have got more time at United, you know. He was a good keeper, Tim Howard. Donny slapped us 4-0, said John Steve. SF, good start to the season. Hope we can keep it up all season. To yourself, Dylan, have you ever listened to Lady Gaga? I did a dance to a new song and she reposted again. Wow. Mate, yo, it's brilliant. It's absolutely sensational. I love it. Yeah, I have. Of course, I've listened to Lady Gaga. I love her stuff. I say I love her stuff. I'm probably forced to love her stuff maybe a little bit. Me missus likes her and me little girl dances to her, so I have. Yeah, I'm probably a fan by proxy, I guess. Although I tell you what I do like a Lady Gaga. I watched American Horror Story Hotel. Lincoln 2, Wigan 1. It's all going wrong for me here. It's all falling to bits. Samuel Mark Ingram, Fabian Barthez is a racing driver these days. I also like an Irish singer called Samantha Mumba. Jesus Christ, she's still going. I remember Samantha Mumba back in the day. That was a long while ago. What did she sing? What was that song she sang? Samantha Mumba. Was it? No, it wasn't that. I always come back to your love. Who sang that? Who sang that? It was Samantha Mumba. I always come back to your love. There you go. How's that for some 90s nostalgia? Key, the question is, have you danced to Lady Gaga? Probably. Yeah, probably at some point. Again, if my little girl's come up to me and said, "Dad, dance with me," which usually she does in the morning before school or whatever, she'll say, "Dad, dance with me," and I always make a point of making sure I'm chaotically busy at that time, but she drags me up, so I end up dancing to Christ All Sorts, Moana, everything. Should probably be a lot skinnier than than I actually am, given the amount of dancing I'm forced to do. Barrow 0, Swindon 2. Paul Glatzel, ex-Liverpool centre-forward, scored for Swindon. Again, there's some good results going my way, but there's some that really aren't, and this is one of them. I could really do with Bradford just getting an equaliser, Stockport getting an equaliser. Some games that's just not happening for me at the minute. Donny coming forward again. It's one-on-one here. There's a chance for them if they can get... Oh, it's a good bit of defending, actually, from Bradford. Really smart. Torre's not got any change. Sorry, Newville hasn't got any change at all out of the Donny fullback. B. South Dillon says England lineup will be out soon. Yep. Should think so. About another half hour or so. It's annoying that that's a 5 o'clock start. I was hoping it would be maybe more like 5:30, but 5:45, 6, 6:45. Be about 7 o'clock finish, won't it? Colchester 0, Crewe 1. That's a great result, that one. Rotherham 1, Exeter 0. Yeah. Colchester 0, Crewe 1. I'm happy with that. Just need some more goals to go my way. And honestly, there's some great results. Plymouth 2, Stockport 0. Oh no, and that's the one I didn't want to happen. I've got Stockport on everything. Absolutely everything. Come on, Stockport, sort it out. Genuinely might have to be a cash out on everything if Stockport have let me down here. I might as well leave it. Samuel Mark Ingram, Angel Gomez should be in the England team ahead of Jordan Henderson. No chance. Absolutely no chance. There's a million Angel Gomez's. There's no Jordan Hendersons who can do what Jordan Henderson do. Absolutely no way. Samuel, have you ever been to the Peak District? I have, yeah. Been to the Peak District a few times. I mean, to be honest, I have to drive through the Peak District because I've got family that live in Derby. So yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world. Stephen King, what we saying? What score are you going? England 3-0 for me. I would imagine it's going to be 3 or 4, yeah. Key, Preston v Borough, you got a prediction for me? Did you see Strelec goal against Germany? I didn't, no, but I am going to go for, I think 1-1 in that one. Yeah, Preston's a difficult team to beat at Deepdale, so I think 1-1. Harrogate 0, Crawley 1. Oh, everything's going to pot. Everything's falling to bits. I thought we'd have some better results in this weekend's games. Huddersfield are still level. Stockport are getting smashed away at Plymouth. Wigan are losing. Bradford are losing. Shrewsbury are battering Barnet. It's 3-1 to Shrewsbury away at Barnet. It's all going absolutely Pete Tong here. MK Dons have had a man sent off. They're 3-0 down at home to Grimsby. It's all going Pete Tong. Walsall 1, Chesterfield 0, yeah. Doncaster are all over these. Honestly, there's no way. I don't think for 1 second that Bradford are coming back into this. Doncaster are all over them. Really poor. I would cash out. I don't think you get much back cash out at this point. You might get a couple of pence if you're lucky. You might as well just leave it at this point because it only takes Stockport to concede one, and then all of a sudden, it can all start to change again. So Doncaster have made it 3-1. Oh, it's a great finish again. It's absolutely horrendous from a Bradford point of view, but it's a great goal. It's 3-1 to Donny, bang on half-time, and Graham Alexander is raging. He's raging. It's Billy Sharp. Got a lot of time for Billy Sharp. It's a great finish. What a goal. Keeper no chance. Doncaster 3, Bradford City 1. What a finish that is. Taylor, have a guess who's starting for England, Key. Go on, I don't know who's starting. I've not seen the England lineup. Let's see it. The England lineup. Pickford. Rashford starting. Ugh. Oh, that's an absolute Brexit lineup, that, innit? Rice, Rashford, Madueke, Lewis Skelly, Kane, Reece James, Mark Gay, Eze, Byrne, Anderson and Pickford. Oh my God, hard Brexit. Absolute hard Brexit. you know, honestly, I am genuinely just swerve. I might even swerve the England game. Genuinely debating swerving the England game. It's going to be a corner to Bradford here. Onana going to Trabzonspor. Yeah, saw that earlier, mate. Yeah. LG, what an average lineup. It's just shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Plymouth 2, Stockport 1. Might be a comeback coming on. LG, what are you going to watch instead of England? No, I'll probably still watch England. I just won't stream it, I imagine. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel. Playing at Villa Park too. I know, yeah. Oliver Norwood with the penalty for Stockport against Plymouth. Young Tekmon, Doncaster goal. Vietnamese toast says it's crazy having Rose and not knowing what's happened. And Shelley says that shit, wow. Oh, yeah. Billy Sharp did really well, though. I like Billy Sharp a lot. Good finish. Has to be said. But Bradford not doing so well. And I think there's only about another 5-10 seconds left before the referee blows up here. Yep, there you go. Half time. Donny 3, Bradford 1. This has been the game with the most goals in the Football League, to be honest. I think this is the one that's leading them all in terms of goals scored and, you know, incidents and everything. But Doncaster 3-1 up against Bradford. It all started to go wrong for Bradford. They went 1-0 down with Molyneux's header. Absolutely sensational header. Bradford get back into it through Swan. And then a mistake at the back from Joe Wright, ex-Doncaster Rovers defender, makes a mistake, heavy touch, gives it away to Gibson. Gibson breaks clean through and drills it into the bottom corner. 2-1 to Donny, and then they've just added a third through Billy Sharp. So, yeah, it's a mad game, to be honest, it has to be said. 10 shots from Doncaster to Bradford City's 3. Bradford have had 54% possession compared to Rovers 46. Yeah, sorry, there you go. Bradford are winning the aerial duels. They are the winning percentage in the attacking third. Bradford City are doing an awful lot right, but they're still 3-1 down. Be yourself, Dylan. Did you know today was the day the legend El Loco did the scorpion kick 30 years ago today? Was it really? Rene Higuita? I didn't know that. Yeah, about 95. That makes sense. Hey, there you go. Interesting. He was a mad keeper, him. El Loco is right. Spud says, well done, Doncaster, from your Leeds brothers. Vietnamese toast. Leeds is Doncaster's big brother. Well, are we going to get more goals in this one? You would imagine so. I think there's definitely more goals in this one. Again, if you're new around here, just while it's on half-time, if you're new around here and you're watching me, please do give us a like and subscribe. My name's Kee. I watch football every single day on this channel. We watch it all around the world, whether it be Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, National League. We did Brackley Town and Carlisle United earlier this week. We've done the Finnish League. We've done the Vietnamese. We've not done the Vietnamese League. Sorry, it's because I've just seen Vietnamese toast in the chat. We've done the Finnish League. We've done the Latvian League. We do La Liga, German, French leagues. All leagues, to be honest. Plus the Conference League, the Champions League, the Europa League. If there is a game on, if it's live, chances are so am I, right? So give us a like, whether you're not watching us on TikTok, if you're watching us on YouTube, wherever you're watching us, I am live every single day. Usually for maybe 2 to 3 games. So give us a like, give us a follow. It all massively helps. D28, Stockport scored 2-1. Comeback's back on. The comeback's on at Plymouth. With Malfay, England lineup is out yet, and it's a shocking lineup, it has to be said. Hedge Hunter, you watch football every day? I don't think so. Go and check it, mate, on YouTube. The receipts are all there. Every single day I watch football. Go and check them. I watch footy every day. Fortnite Squash Guy, up the Rovers. We are the best. Vietnamese Toast, my boy had rewound the video. He was watching 10 minutes behind. So yeah, I don't think there'll be any changes at half-time. I'd be amazed if we do get any changes. Bradford City have made enough of an effort in that first half. I think that they'll probably see enough of a reason to stick with it. They got 4 corners to Doncaster Rovers 1. They didn't create too many clear chances, but they still had a few shots on goal. I think there's probably a world where Graham Alexander looks at it and goes, we just need to be a bit more... We need to tighten up the screws a bit, because they've probably conceded 2 of the 3 goals from really poor defensive lapses. So defensively, they've let themselves down. That's been the problem for Bradford today. But Doncaster have played well. Take nothing away from Doncaster Rovers. Donny have been absolutely fantastic. They've deserved to be ahead. No doubt at all about that. That's a great header from Molineux. They're just showing the replay back. That is absolutely Frank Lampard at his best. Arriving late in the box. Great header. Fully deserved that one. And then this is the equaliser from Swan. I think it was Sarcevic who knocks the ball in. Keeper has an absolute shocker and just drops it. And then it's a tap-in from Swan, who, again, we've talked about earlier, has had a great start to his Bradford City career. Done really well. I think that's 4 in 6 for him since he's joined this season. And then, yeah, poor from the keeper. And then Gibson puts Doncaster 2-1 up. This touch from Joe Wright was dreadful. It's a high ball. All you want your centre-back to do there is just head it away. Get it headed away. You don't need to be taking that down. He takes a touch and it just costs him. Cost his team. Gibson runs clean through. Left-footed. Drills it low and hard. And it's 2-1 Doncaster. And then from then on, it was only about 5 minutes before half-time, that. And then Billy Sharp scores an even better one. And here it is. Billy Sharp's goal. Great finish. Just opens his body up. Outside of the right foot. Low. Again into the same corner that Gibson scored in. All of the goals have gone to the keeper's left. Wonder if that's work that they've done on the training ground. They've said always go to the keeper's left. Because the 3 shots they've put that side, they've all scored with. Might just be coincidence, I don't know. But the Bradford City keeper's been done to his left 3 times. Might be worth noticing for future games. The United Forever 1-2-3-4 says that England team, my oh my. Yeah, we have just looked at the England team, but we'll go through it again. It wasn't a... It doesn't look like an England team that for me stands out really. At least not in a positive way. You've got Pickford in goal. At the back, it's Reece James, Dan Burn, Mark Gay and Lewis Skelly. So he has gone for a 4 at the back. Midfield 3 is Declan Rice, Eze and Anderson. Pickford obviously in goal we talked about. And then a front 3 of Madueke, Kane and Rashford. On the bench it's Bowen, Gibbs-White, Gordon, Dean Henderson, Jordan Henderson, Ezri Konsa, Livramento, Loftus-Cheek, Rodgers, Spence, Trafford and Watkins. No Kwanzaa on the bench. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. I thought we would see Jarrell Kwanzaa in this one. hey, there you go. United Forever might be injured. I don't think he is. No, I think he replaced John Stones, who was injured, obviously. Yeah, he was called into the team to replace an injured player. I guess he could have picked something up, but they've only had like one training session, so I'd be surprised. They haven't really got an awful lot of players at centre-back either, so I would have thought Kwanzaa would have been one of the first names on the team sheet, to be honest. Reece says Elliot Anderson making his debut. Yeah, Elliot Anderson makes his debut. Great player, Elliot Anderson. I think there's a lot to like about him. Lewis Skelly has that left-back slot locked down now. No, he doesn't. How can he have the left-back slot locked down when he doesn't even play for Arsenal? See, I would have thought they would have given the left-back slot to Lewis Hall or to maybe even to Nico O'Reilly if you're going to give it to Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly and Nico O'Reilly play about as much football as each other. So, but yeah, I think Lewis Hall's probably one of the more likely to get it. Or Jed Spence. I'd have been playing Jed Spence there. I can't believe I've not mentioned Jed Spence. Jed Spence should have that left-back slot. At least, again, he's starting games. You don't want to give it to a player who doesn't start. Even if you say he's the best out of all of them, though, Reece, you can't give it to a player who doesn't play. If he's not playing for his club, he can't play for his country. Got to give it to a player that's starting games. How far do you think England will get in the World Cup? Probably quarters, maybe. Again, it's an expanded World Cup, so the quality of teams that we'll meet will be nowhere near as good, but as soon as we meet anyone who's half decent, we'll fall apart, especially under Thomas Tuchel. I don't think he's the right manager for England, and I think England thrive when they have a manager that's kind of sort of culturally aligned with the rest of the nation, let's say. So, I don't think we should have Thomas Tuchel as manager at all. I think he should be sacked. Well, he should never have been appointed. Not sacked. He should never have been appointed. Surely he's better than Southgate. No, and I didn't like Southgate. I think it has to be an English manager. Has to be an English manager. Can't have a foreign manager managing England. That's like the worst thing ever as far as I'm concerned. You can't have... It's our best against their best. I'm massively against foreign managers of national teams, full stop, whether it's England or whoever. Shouldn't have Ancelotti managing Brazil either. Page says Tuchel's an elite coach who has won trophies. Southgate never did. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. Tuchel should not be manager of the English team. Ever. Ever. And it's nothing against Tuchel. He's a good manager. Nothing against him. Has to be an English manager managing England. Has to be the same for a German coach. You would want that as well. So I would never ever want to see a non-English manager managing England again. Get Eddie Howe then. I don't think we could get Eddie Howe. I think a bit like Michael Owen said, I think we should be appointing the likes of Lampard or Gerrard or any of them really, but just not. You can't be giving it to Thomas Tuchel. I'm sorry. It's mad. Shelley, do you think Lee Valley did... Lee Carsley. I think you're on about Lee Carsley there, aren't you, Shelley? Lee Carsley. I think Lee Carsley should have had the job, yeah. I would have given it to Lee Carsley before I give it to Tuchel. To be honest, I'd give it to pretty much any Englishman before Tuchel. If you were English and you wanted the job, I would have happily given it to you before I gave it to Thomas Tuchel. And you can name any English manager you want. Dyche, yes. He would have got the job. Potter, yes. Any of them. Absolutely any English manager you care to mention. Lee Carsley would have been fine. He would have been good, actually. I'd have been quite happy with Carsley. Gerrard, Lampard. Wouldn't have mattered. Eddie Howe would have been great, but yeah, no, I don't think he goes to. I think he probably does manage England at some point, though, Joe. I think he probably does leave Newcastle at some point. United forever. We've had foreign managers before. Sven-Göran Eriksson. We have, yeah. Sven, Capello, and none of them did particularly well, did they? You know, Fabio Capello was the highest paid manager in world football when we appointed him. Didn't do all that well. Sven-Göran Eriksson, I actually quite liked the England team under Sven-Göran Eriksson. That was the England team that had the golden generation, and as much as I liked Sven, I would never have had him as England manager. Joe, did you see Elanga's goal last night? Absolute class. I haven't yet, mate. No, I haven't seen any of the goals from last night, really. What about Pep? No. It wouldn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter who you offer, who you suggest. For me, it doesn't matter who they are, how good they are. All of them should have been overlooked for an English manager. Alex Dixon, hi Key, so you would have given Rooney the job. Alex, I'll go one step further. I'd give it John Terry before I give it Thomas Tuchel. And I don't like John Terry, and John Terry's got pretty much zero management experience. But I would have give it to someone who's English. I'd give it to someone who it means more. It's an English manager, an English coach, and that for me means far, far more than having the best German coach. No, I don't like that. It's supposed to be our best against their best. That's how I see it. So Michael Owen said the same to Rio Ferdinand on his podcast the other day. I feel the same. It's one of the few things I'll agree with Michael Owen on. Anyone that's English is better than anyone that's not on that particular position, yes. Because it's about national pride, it's about patriotism, it's about all that. Chris Wilder. I don't like Chris Wilder, but I would have happily given him the job. Yeah, you can name as many. We can do this all day. Give me any English manager you want. They're all better than Thomas Tuchel for that particular job, in my opinion, yes. Right, so we're off for the second half here, 30 seconds in. Erik ten Hag. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, if we're appointing coaches, foreign coaches, then Erik ten Hag's probably low down the list on that one, but yeah. And it's not even just an English thing, it's not an England thing, it's fully, like, across the board. I don't think Steve McLaren should be the manager of Jamaica. I don't think Ancelotti should be the manager of Brazil. I think all countries would generally benefit from having our best against their best, and you know, the results are what they are. If it means England don't qualify for a World Cup, but we have an English coach, I am cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that. Rather that than have us have a German manager and win. Can you imagine if we won the World Cup with Thomas Tuchel? No. Absolutely not. Huddersfield 0, Peterborough 1. It's just no point. It's just absolutely no point in putting anything on this weekend. 0 points. Everything's gone down the drain at the minute. Huddersfield getting beat at home off Peterborough. You would never have said that. They were nailed on to do something today. And they're getting beat. Shocking. Bradford City down the left-hand side. Chance. Oh, shocking. Lisha, why do you not align yourself with the England team? Are you a club over club man? Club over club man. United forever. Carrick, Steven Gerrard. Yeah, any of them, mate. You're just naming English people. I'll go one step further. I would put you in charge before Thomas Tuchel. So it's the same precedent. We don't need to go through and name every English person who's ever existed. Yes, if they're English, yes, Keir Starmer, yes. Keir Starmer gets the England job for me over Thomas Tuchel, yes. It's all relative. If they're English, got an English passport, yes, fine, cool. You can manage the English national team, doesn't matter. Jack would rather have my own team win than England. I agree. That's the same with me. Lisha, why do you not align yourself with the England team? Are you club over country? Yeah, club over country every day of the week, mate. I don't... It's kind of for reasons like this, to be honest. It feels... International football feels cheap. It's not our best against their best anymore because we're borrowing German coaches and German national managers, and you know, if Jack Grealish and Declan Rice think they'll get a better chance at a World Cup, they're taking their Ireland shirt off and putting an England one on. So it just ceases to mean anything. We've got Irish players in the starting lineup and we've got German coaches in the dugout. It's not English. It's not England. So that's as far as I'm concerned, from an England football perspective, it just ceases to mean anything. Villa 12 says nearly all Prem managers are foreign. It's not that. I know that's not the same. That's a club badge. There's no identity behind a club badge. To be honest, that changed a long time ago. In terms of having your local, and to be honest, even now, local players are valued more at clubs, aren't they? Even at club level. Villa 12 says, international football became a complete joke years ago for me. Nations League was the final straw. It's true enough. United forever. Many people don't care about English football watching it anyway. And Jack 01 says pointless. Plymouth 3, Stockport 1. Waste of time. Absolute waste of time. Absolute joke. It's going to be a corner. MK Dons 1, Grimsby 3. 10 men, NK Dons. Might have a comeback on their hands here. Fortnite Squash Guy says, where do you think Rovers will finish this year? I don't know, Doncaster Rovers, I assume. I think, based off this performance and some of the other games I've watched this season of Donny, I think I had you maybe as an outside chance for playoffs. Mid-table, I think. Obviously, you came up as champions last year. I thought that there might be an outside chance of playoffs. I think I might need to revise that and think maybe there's a bit more of an outside chance. Maybe Doncaster should be expecting a charge at the playoffs this season. And could you get yourself up to the championship? Maybe, who knows? Villa 12. I mean, English managers don't get a chance in the Prem. Hardly any to choose from. Again, very true. Yeah. But I think there's a little bit of that with footballers as well. It's not just managers, because if you think about it, when there's good quality English footballers, like there's a lot of young English footballers who get overlooked for, a foreign player from a different league because they've got a foreign sounding name or whatever. So the coaches are probably the same bracket, I imagine. Reese, what English manager can you think of that would win us the World Cup? And don't say Eddie Howe, because he definitely won't. What English manager could win us the World Cup? I don't know. I think if you're picking it on that basis, then we're already at starting at a disadvantage. I don't think we should be picking a manager to win us a World Cup. We should be picking a manager that represents England the best. A manager that can sort of grasp the hearts of the nation almost. You want a manager that lives, breathes English football, England, and Doesn't necessarily have a style of play or anything like that. I'm not that bothered about all that. Just wants to win. Lee Carsley. Honestly, I'd be happy enough with Lee Carsley. If in a comparison to Thomas Tuchel. Potter, I'd be quite happy with. Yeah, Lee Carsley, I'd be happy with. Any of them. Any of them over Thomas Tuchel. Gerrard, Lampard's doing a decent job at Coventry. Give him a go. Why not? I'd give it to Neil Warnock. I'm not even kidding. Neil Warnock's God knows how old now. I'd give it to Neil Warnock before I give it to these foreign coaches, to Tuchel or to Pep Guardiola or any of that. Give it to one of our own. That's what it should be about. Roy Hodgson was a dreadful English coach. He was awful. I hated it. I hated Roy Hodgson when he was England manager. I didn't hate him. I hated watching England when he was England manager. But that was because he was an overly negative manager at times, in my opinion. But I agree. It's still better to have that than to have a foreign manager. No matter how, and lots of fantastic foreign managers, by the way. Thomas Tuchel's a wonderful manager. It's no slight on them at all. I just don't think we should do it. I don't think it should be the case with national teams. National teams should be our best against their best. That's my line in the sand. That's what makes World Cups more interesting, in my opinion. Bolton 2, Wimbledon 0. Tony Mowbray and Alan Pardew. Can you imagine Alan Pardew dancing on the touchline? Lisha says Liverpool's best 11 is literally all foreigners, even the head coach. I know, but Liverpool aren't a country. That's not a flaw in the argument. That's a club and a country. Patriotism doesn't really exist at club level to that degree. And like I said, when it's a World Cup, when it's a nationality, it's an identity. It's not quite the same with clubs. Clubs don't quite have that same... Generally speaking, club football is about tribalism rather than about a particular set of identity. In most cases, it's not really a particular set of identities. We are talking about the English League. No, we're talking about an English national manager. We're not talking about English Premier League. Wickham 2, Mansfield 0. Bloody hell, everything's going Pete Tong. Joe, get Rafa Benitez in. United forever, Michael Richards for the job. Jake, Isaac played well last night, Key. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, he played a damn sight better than Voltamada did, didn't he? A damn sight better than Voltamada did. Swifty, I don't think countries should be allowed foreign managers. Me too, mate. That's it, yeah, I agree. Voltamada had a shocker. He did he? He did. He had an absolute disaster. Jackie, watching England then, Key. I'm not, mate. No, I'm going to swerve it. I have got it booked in. I've got it scheduled, but I can't be arsed. My head's fell off. My head's fell off with all these results this afternoon. I thought we'd have a better afternoon, but everything's gone Pete Tong. Bradford have been beat. Wigan, I think, have fallen apart. I mean, Plymouth are beating Stockport. Huddersfield are getting beat by Peterborough. Yeah, everything's gone Pete Tong this afternoon. Swifty, it becomes like club football then with the big countries paying for top managers. And it's not even just that though, is it, mate? If you take it a step further, it's not just the big countries taking the top managers. Then what the big countries do is they go and recruit the young players, don't they? They go and recruit the young players. Like, that already happens, doesn't it? They all go and speak to them and say, oh, do you want to come play for us? Like, so England are already pinching the best Irish, Welsh and Scottish youngsters. It's already happening. So Wales, Scotland and Ireland are never going to thrive. Jack Grealish and Declan Rice playing for them all the way through, and then that's it just ceases to mean anything. So the whole thing just feels like daylight robbery, to be honest. Reece Prem dad crash out. The rules on youngsters are too loose. Born in a country or parents only, in my view. But I mean, again, you can dual nationality and all that sort of thing. There's plenty who have used that to their advantage to play for different countries and switch countries as well if they're maybe not getting an opportunity with the country that they originally went to. There's quite a few who've done that. Welcome to Meme Land, yo. How's it going? 30 minutes left in this one, and Bradford... honestly, it's been a terrible performance by Bradford. Donny have been brilliant. You've got to give Donny credit. Huddersfield 1, Peterborough 1. Meme Land, are you watching England today? I don't think so, mate. No, I think I'm going to cancel it. I was going to watch England, but I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I've done 2 games today already, and they've both been all right, actually. We've had plenty of goals. We've had nearly 10 goals. 9 goals so far with half an hour left. So it's been pretty good. We've had lots of goals in these first 2 games. But I'll be honest, I can't be bothered with England. Can't be bothered. Great ball in. Bradford, chance. Must be. How have you missed that? How have you missed that? Absolutely shocking. Russo Javier. Sup, my friend. New subscriber from Brazil. Hello, Javier. Good to see you. Thank you very much for the subscribe. Really appreciate it. I've just noticed I've ticked over to 5770. So if you have subscribed on YouTube, massive thank you. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. If you can, give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you're watching on TikTok, head over to my YouTube. Comment in the chat, let me know. Prem Dad, Key Thomas, go and search me up on YouTube. Premier League Dad. You can find me, and we watch footy live every single day. Swifty, surprise Key, given the potential for subscribers and watchers. Do you know what, Swifty, you're not going to get many on that England game. Honestly, I absolutely promise you. I don't know how many. Let's see how many there are planned watch-alongs for that England game, because I guarantee you, I'd be amazed if I get any more than maybe 5 to 10. And it's rough. It's really rough. England versus Andorra live watch along, right? Let's say someone does type that into YouTube, right? So Flying Pigs watching it. Goldbridge is watching it. There's a fella here who's done an England v Andorra watch along. He's got it live. Subscribe. Sorry, he's got it to go live in like 40 minutes or whatever, and he's got Raheem Sterling on the thumbnail. Fair play. It's like he's just typed in generic England footballer. Raheem Sterling, throwback. Raheem Sterling as an England footballer on a thumbnail. I never thought I'd see that again. Bolton 3, Wimbledon 0. Swifty, I suppose, with it being a low-key England game. It's also Saturday night as well. Like, in the nicest possible way. As soon as it gets to a Saturday, the numbers always drop. Joe Key, Zubimendi or Joe Linton? For me, if I had to pick one, it'd be Zubimendi. Yeah. I like Joe Linton a lot, but Zubimendi's a better player. Not sure how's the statistics on yesterday's game. Not great. Yeah, not fantastic. But again, that's fine. I'm not doing it for that reason necessarily. It's just whenever one happens that it's like a really poor game, you're like, ugh. It's a bit of a kick in the kicking the something. Jake, maybe technically off the ball, he's nowhere near Big Joe. Off the ball, he's nowhere near Big Joe. Well, yeah, I mean, off the ball, physically, of course, yeah, physically Joe Linton's better, but again, that only matters if you're not intending to play football. Joe Linton's a centre forward by trade. Let's remember that. Like if you was doing a list of your top 20 midfielders in the Premier League, Joe Linton wouldn't be in it. I think Zubimendi would. Swifty, we haven't seen enough of Zubimendi in the Premier League. We haven't seen enough of Zubimendi in the Premier League, but we have seen, I think, enough of Zubimendi elsewhere for Spain, and I think he's done enough to show that he is a top midfielder. Listen, Pep Guardiola, Arne Slot, and Mikel Arteta have all gone in for him in the last 3 years. He's picked he's dominated the Spanish team, which is probably the best international team we have right now in world football, and he's dominated that midfield. So, yeah, I can't really argue that he's one of the best in the Prem. Akin, Fire, Walson, goal. No goal. No, it's still Doncaster Rovers 3, Bradford 1. It's been a really poor second half, really, from a neutral point of view. The first half was fantastic. Doncaster 3, Bradford 1. Bradford really, really disappointing. We're in the last 25 minutes now of the game, and Doncaster Rovers have got a player down. So, just being treated for an injury. Huddersfield 2, Peterborough 1. Joe, England aren't even at Wembley as well. Game's gone. Jake, Rice is better than Zubimendi at 2 in midfield. Bossed Arsenal 3 times out of 4. I know, but again, mate, Newcastle get hung up on these individual games. Like, you beat Liverpool when we were knackered in a Carabao Cup final. It doesn't mean you're anywhere close to Liverpool. It's the same sort of thing with Arsenal. You're nowhere near Arsenal. You've got you had a world-class centre forward. Like, that was the difference maker, really. But Newcastle, I think we'll find out this season, Newcastle are going to struggle to make top 6. I think Newcastle, if you finish 7th, I'll be impressed. Joe, we are Arsenal's bogey team. I'd agree with that. Definitely, bogey team, I agree. But, I mean, bogey team doesn't necessarily indicate quality, does it? It just means that, you lose a lot to that team, or you struggle against that team. Spurs are City's bogey team, and half the time Spurs have been crap against City. City are miles better. Liverpool, I mean, to be honest, Liverpool have had a few bogey teams over the years, under Klopp and under Benitez and under Brendan Rodgers. We always struggled against certain teams. But, yeah, it doesn't necessarily indicate quality, though. Huddersfield 2, Peterborough 1. It was Kane who scored. Herbie Kane, ex-Liverpool. Again, another midfielder from Liverpool. Brighton are a City bogey team too. Yeah, very, very clever. Yeah, very clever team, Brighton. Swifty, Newcastle midfield three is very strong, technically good and physical. I would say they are very strong and physical, but technically not always brilliant. I think what Newcastle have is a good mix of physicality with Joe Linton. That he wins most physical battles. Tonali, energy, tenacity, running, high tempo. So yeah, those they've got legs and they've got physical battle won a lot of the time with those two. Bruno is the one that brings a little bit of quality. I think his quality is overplayed a little bit. He's a good player, Bruno, but I don't think he's like elite, top class. But he does add creativity, I agree. He's the creative spark and the passion. The work rate and the intensity and the tenacity and the legs comes from Tonali, and the beast and the muscles and the physicality comes from Joe Linton. Russo, Javier, what do you think of Flamengo in 2025? We watched a little bit of Flamengo in the Club World Cup, and yeah, good team, good solid team. I don't know how they'll fare this year in the league. Feels like you've lost a couple of key players. But it'd be interesting to see how you get on, yeah. We don't watch a lot of the Brazilian league just because of the time delay and everything that goes on. Because of the time it is in Brazil when the games kick off. It's morning here, so we don't get to see an awful lot of it. Reese, some people act as if Bruno is De Bruyne or Gerrard. He's a very good player, but he's not. He's nowhere near those. He's probably more of a. He's kind of more of a. I would say like a Nasri, I guess, but he's not even a Nasri. Who would we say he is? It's not really a comparable Premier League. Like, he's not Ozil, he's not David Silva. He's like, I don't know, step down from those, I guess. But he's a good player, really good player. I like him a lot. What are we saying? Lisha, I have a quick experiment. Name me your top 5 favourites from 1 to 5 who'll win the 2026 World Cup. 1 to 5, I would say it would be Spain, top, France second, Germany, maybe. Do we say Germany? Spain and France first and second. After that, it's kind of much of a muchness. Probably between Germany, Argentina, Brazil, England, maybe Holland. That's it. Clarky, are you watching the Manchester derby after the international break? I am indeed, yeah, I will be. Ollie Marley, what game are you thinking of tomorrow? I am doing Germany, Northern Ireland tomorrow, mate. That's the game we're doing tomorrow night. Joe, sorry, we've done that one, sorry. Liverpool Webbo says, I thought you were going to watch Stockport. No, I was always going to look at a few different games, and there was 4 or 5 that I mentioned when you were on yesterday. One of which was Doncaster against Bradford. One of which was Stockport against Plymouth. We also talked about Huddersfield and Peterborough, Lincoln and Wigan. And I decided with Doncaster Bradford. It was just a flip of a coin, no real decision behind it. It was just a, let's see. But this one's been quite a good game. Like I say, 3-1, it's been all right. Bit gutted that Bradford haven't been able to get something out of it, but a good game. Swifty, we don't have those midfield superstars anymore. Lots of physical midfielders. Yeah, I mean, that's it, though. The Premier League has been exchanged for... There isn't a lot of quality. It's all energy and legs and physicality. Everyone wants... If you're an Adama Traore, you can get a good Premier League career now, can't you? If you're an Adama Traore. I think 20 years ago, Adama Traore didn't get a kick in the Premier League. That shows the difference. Adama Traore is a sign of the Premier League changing. And there's probably a few others like that, like Longstaff as well. There's a few others like midfielders who are just like legs and energy, not really an awful lot of quality on the ball. Lisha, so Portugal aren't in your top 7. It's close, but probably not, no. System players, in my view. I agree. That's a very... Yeah, I agree, Swifty. Taylor, are you going to do a 7:45 game? No, mate, I'm not, and I think I'm going to cancel the England game. So I think this is going to be my last game of the day, and I'll be live tomorrow night. Last 15 here at the Eco Power Stadium in Doncaster. Donny 3, Bradford 1. Joe, Bruno G is better than Odegaard. Odegaard has been quiet for a few seasons now. I think I agree with that, actually. I think if I had to... I think Odegaard at his peak is better than Bruno. If Odegaard's playing at his best, I think he is better than Bruno. But if you've got a straight choice between Bruno and Odegaard right now, I think I'm picking Bruno. In my opinion. I don't think Odegaard's the player that he was. I think I'd probably agree with you there, Joe. If it's the Odegaard of a couple of seasons ago, it's not even in question. This year, the experiment was to see how long it'd take you down the pecking order to say Brazil. Sad to think they're no longer favourites for any World Cups recently. Again, I think in part that's because of the manager situation. They've not been terrific for a while, have they? They've not been really well coached for a good while. Taylor, why are you not doing the England game? I mean, I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I've done 2 games, and the England Andorra game doesn't really fill me with an awful lot of excitement. So I don't want to sit here and just do it for the sake of, oh, well, I'll sit on camera and do it, even though it's crap. Honestly, England v Andorra, it's a Saturday night. We're not going to get an awful lot of people in anyway. It's going to be dead. The game's going to be an absolute non-event. It's either going to be England win it 5 or 6-0, or it's going to be like it was last game against Andorra, where Andorra were 0-0, low block all game, and England managed to nick it and did 1-0 at some point in the second half. So to me, I've watched a fair bit of football over the last few days, and I'm not really all that excited by England, so I'm thinking I'll swerve it. Alex, are you doing any of the women's games tomorrow? I'm not, Alex. No, I'm going to give the women's games a miss. I was going to do the Merseyside derby, Liverpool v Everton. That's at 12 o'clock, but I'm going to do the Germany Northern Ireland game at 7:45. So yeah, Germany Northern Ireland I'm going to do, and I'm going to give the women's. I know Celtic and Rangers women are playing tomorrow as well, aren't they? The Old Firm. But yeah, no, I'm not doing any of the women's games tomorrow. Did lots of the women's Super League. Sorry, lots of the women's Euros games, of course. I think we did pretty much every women's Euro game over the summer. So I'm not doing it, not because I'm a, dinosaur, sexist, misogynist or anything like that. I am all those things, of course, but I'm not. That's not the reason why we're missing the women's games tomorrow. Mind your own, you'll miss this game and England will bag 4. Honestly, in the nicest possible way, nothing against you guys, I couldn't give a monkeys. If England end up winning 4 or 5-0, honestly, it won't interest me. It genuinely won't interest me. It's just international football as a whole is a bit boring. And I'd rather watch League 1, League 2, National League, Championship every day of the week over international football. I don't mind international football if it's like Germany, Northern Ireland tomorrow. I actually think we'll be quite good because Germany are struggling and Northern Ireland played quite well against Luxembourg. So I feel like that one's got... There's a bit of something about that one tomorrow, isn't there? Mind your own, I forgot Key, Scouse, not English. I'm not Scouse. I'm not Scouse, but I'm not English. I'm a Centelliner. I'm a wool. I'm a wool is what it's about. Finney says Ireland v Hungary is a banger tonight. Be interested to see how Ireland and Hungary goes, yeah, because they could do with that one. Oh, that's going to be a claim for a red. They're not getting that. It was nearly a red card there for Bradford. Swindon have gone 3-0 up against Barrow. Yeah, Donny breaking through there. Bradford just couldn't quite. Yeah, they got away with it. Callum the Ned, I like Blue Ned. I like your big... I was gonna say something else then, but no, I'm not gonna go that harsh. Peter K, Blue Ned, Cyborg, or whatever else you want to call me. That guy Jack, hi Prem Dad, I just followed you on Insta if that's cool to you. No, Jack, unfollow me immediately. Clarky, would you watch Irish League football over international football, Key? I don't know. I've watched a bit of the Irish League. I have, I'm nothing against the Irish League. I actually don't mind international football. I like international football. It's just a bit naff when it's England as well. Salford 2, Tranmere 1. Gary Neville will be happy. There's 10 minutes left here, and I have never known such a damp squib ending to a football match. It's been dreadful. I'm going to cancel the England game, so just in case anyone does have any plans, I'm going to cancel it on YouTube, so I'll take that off the schedule. I have no plans at all to watch that one. Even though I've put it on the schedule, I'll delete it. There you go. Delete forever. It's gone. It's fully gone. Swifty, you need big international games for it to be competitive. Yeah, maybe to a degree. I'll agree with that. Barrow 1, Swindon 3. Yeah, Saturday night as well. It's going to be dead. Nobody sat in watching England on Saturday night. Everyone will be out watching. Everyone will be out watching it in a pub or a beer garden or something. That guy Jack, do you think that the front three of Sancho, Elliott, and Watkins will be good? What front three? Oh, Villa. I was thinking then, is that going to be England's front three in future? Maybe. I think Sancho, Elliott, and Watkins. Yeah, that might be okay. I'd be interesting to see how Sancho adapts, because if he actually tries, we know that he can be good. But this feels like last chance saloon for Jadon Sancho, doesn't it? Swifty, if we were playing Germany or Brazil, there would be some excitement at least. Just anyone other than Andorra. Shelley, see you tomorrow, Key. Take care. Yeah, you too, Shelley. Take it easy. Have a nice night, hopefully, and I'll see you tomorrow. Taylor, are you watching it off stream, off live? I'll probably flick between it. I'll probably put something on. I don't know. I might put a bit of Mashtag on. Mashtag's posted a new video today of him in Panama. He just randomly decided to book a flight to Panama. So I might watch his vlog of Panama. I like watching Mashtag. So yeah, I might put that on and just flip between England and Andorra and see if it's any good. Taylor, are you watching England on Tuesday? And I might watch England on Tuesday against Serbia. I think there's 2 games on Serbia. We was going to do Democratic Republic of Congo against Senegal. That's at 5 o'clock. And then maybe England after it. Yadgar Duski, can you show the match? Yes, mate, I can. Swifty, I was at the away game against San Marino in the 90s when they scored the opener against England. Was you there for that? Oh, nice. Okay, long ball forward from Bradford. Oh, they give it away again. So cheap. So cheap. 10 minutes to go. Lisha, I love how you said if you had any plans, I'm going to delete it off the schedule. If you was planning to watch it with me, I've just kiboshed that. I've absolutely bailed on your plans last minute, so I apologise. And do you know what? Genuinely, that's the first time I've ever done that, really, where I've fully had to cancel a live, I think. I think I did one, actually, where I was really poorly mid-stream. That might have happened already earlier this year. But other than that, I've never had to do it. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it today. Not feeling it at all. Swifty went to watch Notts County away in the Anglo-Italian Cup and then travelled down to see England. Lovely. The Anglo-Italian Cup. Who did they play in that? I'm guessing someone Italian. Genwill says, I'm watching the under-19 international friendly right now. Germany v Italy, and Germany are winning 1-0. That's a labour of love. Brescia. Hey, they had a good side then as well, didn't they? Brescia in the early 90s. Wonderful team. Obviously, later in the 90s, they got even better, didn't they? Hadji played. Yeah, good team. Good team. Baggio joined them, didn't he, a little bit later in the 90s, and a few others. Taylor, can you at least do a 7:45 game, please, Key, to make up for not doing the England game? I mean, it's fine. Why don't you watch Nigeria v Rwanda? What, tonight? That you don't want to watch it, please give us a game. Mate, I'm not. I'm going to give it a miss. Do you know what it is? It may be, let's call it burnout. Maybe it's burnout. I don't think it is burnout. But let's call it that. I'm doing an Alexander Isak. I've got a sore calf, boss. I don't feel it tonight. I might have to go and train in Spain. Genwill, would you want Tonali at Liverpool? I mean, I'd have him, but I don't think he would get in our first team. I don't think he starts. So for that reason, I think he'd be a waste of money. But Tonali's a very, very good player. I think he would fit Liverpool well. But I don't think he gets in over any of our midfield 3. Yeah, I would be quite happy to have McAllister, Szoboszlai, certainly Graven. He ain't getting in over McAllister or Gravenberch. And I think Szoboszlai's better. And to be honest, Wirtz plays there as well. So yeah, he's a really, really good player, Tonali, but I wouldn't have him at Liverpool. Again, well, I mean, Newcastle probably blocked Liverpool's number after the Isak transfer. Kane Selden, hey, need to go. He needs to go. You see an England team? I have, yes, Kane. Yeah, I have a little look at the England team. It's not a great one, is it? It's not particularly inspiring. Joe, just relax tonight, pal. I can feel a bit of a sore throat coming on as well. A little bit of a scratchy sore throat. And maybe I'm thinking if I just give it a miss tonight, I might be able to be sound tomorrow. Gemwell, and also got told by Newcastle to block Liverpool from any Liverpool connection. This has been a thoroughly disastrous performance. Lewis, bro doesn't have any games to watch. Mate, there's loads of games to watch. I just can't be bothered watching them tonight. Is England against Andorra? I was going to watch that. Are you watching England? No. I've cancelled it. I had the game scheduled on YouTube, but I'm cancelling it. I'm watching presently Doncaster against Bradford, which is 3-1. Kane, we need you tomorrow. We'll be live. I'll be live tomorrow for Germany against Northern Ireland for 100% certainty. I will be live for that one. And if I'm feeling up to it, I might even sneak another one in there. But up to now, I'm just going to do them two. Let's show who's more vital to this Liverpool team, Gravenberch or Maka. Definitely Gravenberch. Yeah. I think McAllister's a wonderful player, but I would argue McAllister's the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion. I know many people would say otherwise. Declan Rice is a wonderful midfielder. PSG 3 are all brilliant midfielders. I think the way McAllister controls it, I have never seen anyone do that like McAllister does. So I wouldn't swap McAllister for anyone, but I still think Gravenberch is more important. He's still more important to us. Gravenberch's an absolute Rolls Royce. And given how young he is, yeah, those two in midfield, they make it unbelievable. Zero ball knowledge, bro. Lucy, Caicedo handles midfield on his own. He does, but he also can't really do an awful lot once he gets the ball. The problem with Caicedo is off the ball, he is absolutely elite. On the ball, he's pretty dreadful. Or at least, maybe not dreadful. Dreadful's stretching it. He's average, Caicedo. He's no Kante. No, I don't think he's Kante. I think Kante is better. Kante is better than Caicedo, but Caicedo on the ball is just not. They're kind of the same sort of player in many ways. There is slight differences, but Caicedo is very, very good off the ball. He's just not great on it. Ken Will, only a sore throat. Jordan had the flu game. You push on. Are you serious, McAllister? You haven't even heard of Makio Tanami. What about Rodri? Rodri's good, but I think the injury killed him. I think we've seen the best. I think we've seen Rodri's peak, put it that way. Rodri's peak has been and gone. Welcome to Memeland. What about Milner? What about him? I love Jimmy Milner. Have you ever heard of Vernon and Anita, pal? Clears them all. Moise Caicedo is just a poor man's Cheikh Tiote. God rest his soul. He actually was a very, very good defensive midfielder, Cheikh Tiote, as well. I'm not even joking. He was actually very good, wasn't he? Covered every blade of grass. And that goal against Arsenal. What a finish. Peak Newcastle. Vernon Nita. 6 added minutes at the end of this one. Huddersfield have gone 3-1 up. Big game for Anderson tonight, yeah, on his debut. I think if Anderson gets tonight right, he could nail down that number 6 spot alongside Rice. Like, that's the one thing that England desperately need. They are short a holding midfielder, someone who can do that sort of dirty work in front of the defence. And if they can get that right with Elliot Anderson and Rice, that double pivot, or especially if they can throw Wharton in there somewhere, Wharton, Rice and Anderson can control midfields well enough. It means that we've got then total carte blanche with the attack to go and do really well. Lisha, are you old enough to have watched Zidane Pirlo? Am I old enough? Christ, I remember them two coming through. I caught Zidane at Marseille. Yeah, no, I am, mate, of course, yeah. I've got Zidane's Juventus shirt there behind me. Yeah, there you go. Zidane's original Juventus shirt. Wharton versus Anderson for that spot, in my view. It depends, doesn't it? It depends what system he plays. Because he's going to go 5, I think, 5 at the back. But he's gone seemingly 4-3-3 tonight. He's gone to 4 at the back tonight. So, time will tell, I guess, what Thomas Tuchel does. Lisha, who's the greatest midfielder you've watched? Greatest midfielder is still Steven Gerrard. And that's, you'll say, oh, he's biased, I'm telling you, I can't tell you how good Steven Gerrard was at everything. There's not a midfielder that's been better than him. There isn't. And yeah, the testimonies from the players who've played with him and against him all they all say it. Again, Will, I saw a funny clip the other day. Rashi was playing for Barca. He got the ball, went for a shot from 40 yards out, and everyone just stared at him. Yeah. He thinks he's better than he is. They sure better to ask than humiliate you. Age is a sensitive subject. Oh, not for me. To be honest, there's not much that's a sensitive subject for me. I'm just watered off a duck's back. I'm 35, mate. I'll happily tell you. Joe, why does everyone say Moussa Dembele? He was nothing special. He wasn't. No, he was a good player, Moussa Dembele. He wasn't like, you wouldn't put him in the top 5, top 10 or anything like that. But he was a good midfielder, and he played in a good Spurs team as well. But there's better midfielders than him. Doncaster. Oh, should have been 4. Should have been 4-0. Michael Essien, he was some player. Yeah, I liked Essien a lot. Essien could do pretty much everything. See, this is it. I would put Essien above Caicedo and Kante. Essien was incredible. He could do all that. He could do everything they could do. And he could get forward and score plenty of goals as well. That goal against Barcelona, the one against Arsenal. Oh, some player. Unbelievable. Absolutely fabulous, Essien. Cheers for the follow, Noel. Appreciate it as always. MK Dons 2, Grimsby 3. MK Dons down to 10 men. They were 3-0 down at half-time. They've dragged it back to 3-2 with a couple of minutes to go. If MK Dons can somehow make that 3-3, that's insane. Lisha, you can't sit and say to me with a straight face, Xavi isn't a better... Yes, mate. What do you mean with a straight face? Xavi couldn't do what Gerrard did. Gerrard could do what Xavi did. And it's the same thing with Scholes as well. Scholes said basically the same. He said, I think I could have... If you'd have put me in that Liverpool team, I'd have played well, but I wouldn't have been what Gerrard was. I think you could have put Gerrard in that Man United team, and he'd have been everything that I was and more. So do the exact same thing for Xavi and Liverpool and Barcelona and Gerrard. It's not even a contest. You put Gerrard in that Barcelona side, they become an even better side. You put Xavi in that Liverpool side, he ain't doing what Gerrard's done. You think Liverpool win a Champions League with Xavi in midfield? Joking me. We just become a slightly better midfield axis. But otherwise, we've still got, Jimmy Traore and Hosemi at the back. Xavi had the players around him. Gerrard. Honestly, Gerrard, I think, is the only player to win a Champions League himself. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, because Carragher, Hyypiä, we had some really good players in that team, but Gerrard basically won that himself. And you could even argue the FA Cup too. Like, you might as well cross out Liverpool on the 2006 FA Cup and the 2005 Champions League and just write Steven Gerrard, because he's the only player who's ever won them on their own. He was that good. And that's massively disrespectful to the other players in that squad. But I think they'd all probably agree with you to an extent. It was basically Gerrard, and they were just there for the ride. Right, well, we've finished here at Doncaster. It's Doncaster 3, Bradford 1. A pretty awful game, if we're dead honest. It was crap second half. It was 3-1 at half-time. It's been 0-0 in the second half. Plymouth finishes 4-2. Plymouth 4, Stockport 2. So maybe we should have watched Plymouth in the end. But it was a really, really good game anyway. I enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed the one before it. Again, both games have been games of two halves, haven't they? The first game we watched earlier today, Newport County against Bristol Rovers. Newport, it was 0-0 in the first half. I think we had one shot on target. It was a crap first half. And then it finishes 3-2. Second half, just goals galore. Same here, really, but the opposite way around. Doncaster Rovers 3, Bradford 1 at half-time, and then second half, it's a dead rubber. Swifty, I think you underrate Xavi, which can control the game with his passing and movement. He could control the game. He could control the game. But I don't think he could win a game on his own. Xavi couldn't win a game on his own. If Barcelona were playing poorly, Xavi couldn't save, or if they were defending poorly or they were attacking poorly, Xavi wasn't clearing chances off the line. He wasn't chasing back and tackling players last man. He wasn't scoring goals last minute. Xavi wasn't that player. Gerrard could do it both. Gerrard could do everything. I think Gerrard could do everything that Xavi could do and more. Xavi could maybe do some of those things a little bit better. Xavi couldn't do anything that Gerrard could do apart from that bit, that passing and the control of the midfield. Great midfielder, Xavi. Absolutely sensational. Not denying that at all, but he was a specialist at those things. There's a load of other things he couldn't do as a midfielder. And I actually think there's probably only Gerrard and Zidane that could do what Gerrard did in midfield. Gerrard wasn't the playmaker Xavi was. I mean, Xavi was playing with Messi. He was playing with Messi, but I think if you were talking about... And he wasn't even just playing with Messi, he was playing with Iniesta. Who was Gerrard playing with half the time? Half of Gerrard's midfield with him in his entire Liverpool career, for the most part, it was Gerrard and friggin', Danny Murphy, for what it's worth. Danny Murphy was an alright player. He wasn't Iniesta. And then he had, in the latter part of his Liverpool career, Gerrard, he had a young Jordan Henderson, or he had... Christian Poulsen, Jay Spearing. He was always working with... I feel like you can't ever put Xavi into that. You just can't. They're not the same. They're not the same, Gerrard and Xavi. Alonso played with Gerrard for about 3-4 years. Xavi had Iniesta for his entire Barca career. And Messi. And do you know what? How many assists did Xavi actually get? Harrogate 0, Crawley 1. Right, so Xavi got 130 assists in La Liga. Gerrard got 92. For career assists, I don't think that might not be international actually. Either way, if we just took it as league, even if we just take league, 92 for Gerrard, Xavi got 130. But again, look at the attack. Gerrard had Milan Barros and Djibril Cissé, and most of the time he was playing with duds up front. Let's be honest, and he still got 92 assists. If Gerrard had Messi in front of him and Suarez in front of him and Henry and Sanchez and Ronaldinho, I'm sorry, 130 assists, Gerrard would piss it. Gerrard would piss it. Gerrard would have double the assists that Xavi had. It's not even the same. You can't argue Gerrard and Xavi. Gerrard and Zidane, I'll have that discussion. Xavi is nowhere near Gerrard. He's not even in the same league as him. Xavi had a better international career of the two. That, again, very true. Yeah, no doubt about that. But again, who was Gerrard playing with? Who was Xavi playing with? What we saying? They need a 3. Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta didn't need a 10. They did it all. Zidane was far superior to Gerrard. Again, I'm not sure I would say that's the case. Zidane had a lot of ability, but I still think Gerrard was a better player. Excuse me. Busquets over Gerrard. It's a different job. It's a different job. I think Gerrard's a player who could do it all. If you put Gerrard in a midfield, he wins pretty much every battle. He was faster than everyone. He was taller. He was stronger. He was physical. He was basically Newcastle. If you compare it to Newcastle's midfield we were talking earlier, Gerrard was Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton and Tonali all in one. For Liverpool now, he was McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch all in one. You just can't find those anymore. They don't exist. They are once in a blue moons. You don't get them. They are unicorns, absolute unicorns. So, yeah, Steven Gerrard is for me the greatest midfielder I've ever seen. But there you go. John, Bradford let me down for 250. They killed me as well, you know. Swifty, I think if you asked that question to all football fans in Europe, 99% would say Zidane. Hey, there's a time where if you ask people around the world, is it flat? 99% would have said yes. Don't mean the right. Right, I am off. I am shooting off. I'm going. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be live for Germany against Northern Ireland. 7:45 tomorrow night. Enjoy England. I'm not going to watch it. I can't be bothered, to be honest. I'm going to go and have some tea and chill out and relax. I'm going to swerve England. It's going to be a dreadful game, in my opinion. It's just kicked off anyway. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Have a lovely Saturday night, Sunday day, if you're watching Songs of Praise or whatever you're doing. Having your roast, Sunday roast. Take it easy, and I'll see you all tomorrow.